Is it started? Is my voice hearable? Let's check here. At any time. Hold on, need to... Yes. So, sorry folks, welcome and welcome back. This is Gnomes, and today we are going to do one of the daunting, actually the daunting achievement or attempt of achievement a human being can do in this cosmos, creation. Because today we are going to attempt... I have a soundtrack, yes, this time also I have forged soundtrack for you, actually, from this White Bat, I don't know what the name, but that's copyright free, great soundtrack online. So let's start here. Hope you like this, the soundtrack, techno stuff, right? Synthwave. Creation of Aisha as individual description. So this is, I've picked a picture of some drawings, sketches I've done right now, actually a few hours ago. I sketched this new version. I had plenty of her drawings like that. The clothes I took from Pinterest after some adaptations. But the character, she is Dorothy's sister. So she is Dorothy, but she is Aisha, and they are sisters. So she has this sort of genius archetype, but in the world fantasy, in the sci-fi world, she is more like not a sage or a genius. She's instead a painter, a designer, an artist, and she is going to be created here. We'll try to... So because yes, it's very daunting for me to try to restart a different character, but I think I'm ready now. So we'll start to reuse some of the model sheet here. The body, her body proportions are probably nearly the same as Dorothy's, but it may be that her face is slightly shorter in terms of height. So maybe she has in some way a sort of more rounded faces, even if her shapes are more angular, even actually, except maybe for the hair, but the face may be more angular, but it's more, it occupies lesser space, might be the case. So that could cause for the model shift of Dorothy that I'm gonna reuse. So I've made a new file from the original, even I've made a new scene with Aisha, so I can go back and forth on the, right? Dorothy is here, but I'm going to, eventually I'm gonna see if there's any other way to, smarter to do all that, but for now, the main problem that I'm having here, that I'm still pressed to do something about, is that, well, I haven't finished this character yet, so reusing can be annoying, because maybe, yeah, because I'll still be tweaking this body anyways, even her face. Then the reusability, maybe, yeah, it will end up that they'll like it will be a, how to say, spread in two different models, right? And this is not ideal, because the ideal thing for me would have to be I have completed this one, Dorothy, and then totally even rig, and then I can, but essentially the model, everything, and then I can totally reuse whichever shapes. And maybe I even thought of something a bit crazy, but it's plausible. It's like you cut off the head and we just sort of rescale the body or do some, yeah, then. So this is a interesting possibility. I might do that later, actually. So to prevent some problems of this kind, what I'm going to do is that essentially I'll keep the body of Dorothy, which is here. This is just the model sheet, but the body's mesh is there. I will keep the body as it is. I'll delete all the clots and I'll remake the clots, and probably I'll remake, yeah, certainly I'll remake a lot of the face. Maybe I'll keep some base mesh and try to rework. However, I need to rework on the model sheet first. And so I'm gonna start by making a lot of cleanup here. So for example, this drawing here, I don't need in this file. I need this reference here, which is actually Aisha. So this is not relevant here. I'm going just to clean up this, and I'll use this opportunity to also assess, in order to assess what I have in terms of apparently this needs to be deleted from the, yeah, in order to assess this excessive amount of materials and grease pencil stuff, I want to simplify this, but I have never find time for that. Okay, let's see here. So apparently I can delete some, yeah, so I have a lot of materials here. Because this is a new file, a new thing, I can play with those things without any care of destructing something relevant. So let's start with what is this actually? This seems to be some material for the details of the face. They are all highlighted there. Okay, so this material is like essential. Yeah, it's called head. So maybe I reuse this material for the body as well. So this could hold the same if I delete this, what happens? Well, the thing is still there, right? Okay, now it did that part. That thing is part of the guides, which really? No, because guides is oh, indeed. The materials sort of merge with the, trying to get back and before I delete the, okay, strange behavior. Yeah, so this is pretty confusing for me. What are these other materials here? Maybe there are some, nothing happens. Ah, this is some vertical guide. It's like everything is important here, folks. So maybe this one I can clean. I can. No, it does nothing. Okay, so it's very obscure what's going on. Dot stroke. Ah, okay. So this is the. Ah, I use that for hands too. So I better not touch that. That will need a better revision, not live stream. So be aware of those things, can be very confusing. I'll retake the, hold on, sound too loud for me here. Okay, okay, so what I know is that at least I can delete some of these ones here. That's fine. Okay, not the guide. The clots, yeah, the clots totally we don't need. I think they are here, right? So let's delete from here. We cannot delete from here, unfortunately. Yes, if there is, I don't know. Sketch. So this can be junked. Yeah. Make sure we got the right selection. This, some materials there that did nothing. Maybe they were from layers that I deleted, right? So I kept accidentally creating materials that. So usually what we want is to have different color from front and side, right? At least that, right? And another views if that serve any purpose. So this 3/4 view was a failed attempt. It's not the 3/4 view that I drew that is wrong. It's just that it doesn't really serve the purpose. It doesn't match the 3/4 view. Like I drew without being certain if that was a 3/4 view for the drawing itself. Model shit, right? So maybe it was a little less, a little more than 3/4 view. So maybe a 3/5, 3.5/5, something like that. Yeah. And so it doesn't match the orthogonal view very well. It wouldn't match anyways because the model, but so I'm still trying to figure out. Yeah, I have figured out. So basically, we need to make those very accurate model sheets with like rotational. So we must be sure that when we draw a model sheet like which is 3/4 view, it is really 3/4 view conceptually in the graphism, in the drawing. And from that, there we can make, if we want to make sure, like rotation, we can have these in-betweens, which are actually breakdowns usually, right? Even the 3/4 view is a breakdown, if we think of animation, right? So the 3/4 will be a yeah. So you try to draw this with mindly, without any 3D model, right? Just by head, right? By imagination, by technique and art. So we get these maybe, yeah, the front, the side, then we get a 3/4, then something here, and then something here. So those in betweens. And then if we do this correctly, then we can, if we can even make sure that the 3/4 is really the 3/4 that we want, and then we can use that 3/4 for the head at least to compose the modeling, sculpting of the character. Okay, folks. So but I have never done that correctly so far. I've had some usefulness in 3/4, but this is not useful now, right now. Maybe for this character I could try, yeah, maybe. But no, I have other things to matter. The fact is the muzzle of them is nearly the same, so the lower face. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, that was deleted. So I have some details. This is a face correction. That means that if I wanted... Okay, this is a hand glove. It is noted here. Maybe I could combine this with... Is there some sort of layer combination? Interesting point, right? Maybe we need to go on edit mode, then we cannot cut, copy, then maybe we bring that to the, I don't know, this H is head, so maybe front view. And then maybe I just delete these vertices, Control V, and that will get this hand there. It sounds a bit strange, but then anyway this should work. Front, yeah, this is a front. And what is causing the... this is side, yeah. This is side guide, we don't want. Front guide. Ah, the first strokes were here. And these are the second strokes. So the second strokes were some sort of first attempt. Maybe there's some data here that is relevant. Then when we overwrite this has some corrections maybe, or well, I named this different, so 2 must be the improvement. There's this circle there which is interesting, but is that really required? No, I'm doing the wrong one. I see some variations there. Yeah, the tip of the nose here is a little higher. Let's see, it's very minute. Yeah, here I want the... I have more shapes there. Yeah, this leg is a bit distorted apparently, so, and that is old. Yeah, so this strokes 1 trash. Maybe I should get like the front, everything. Now this also, these hand gloves I can trash. Okay, let's see what we got here. Maybe I should, yeah, except for the guides, let's also simplify this. Instead of Dorothy, let's call this Aisha. Now, front guides, side guides, then the dirty side is Aisha. Well, the grease pencil is Aisha, should be named Aisha, so I shouldn't need Aisha here. So side strokes 2. I should merge these things again, like this with yeah, so have a head, but there is some corrections here, so maybe what I need to do is just to get here. Yeah, let's get this one. Edit, let's delete these points. Then I get here. Now let's lock here. I want only this one. Control X, no, Control C, then hide and unlock. Edit mode, yeah, Control V. And if I now delete that, it's locked, delete. Yeah, it's a little weak, maybe because of the materials, but the locations are correct. So you can always reinforce those lines later. And now let's do front. Yeah, front. Wait, what? Oh yeah, they have a... I cannot change this name here apparently because there is a modifier here. It doesn't auto-update. So front to head, so this is already irrelevant. And this is front mirror. Yeah, so I'm going to, I see. Mirror modifier helps a lot with this, so just draw one, take care of one side. So here let's do front. Yeah, Aisha front, okay. So that we can avoid any, and this is Aisha's side, so this one doesn't need Aisha side 2. Yes, we're gonna fix this soon. Then here we need the, yeah, those materials approach in a moment. Okay, I'm a bit lost here. Okay, I have a lot of material colors in here, I think, or custom colors, so maybe they are not, it's better if they are custom colors, so I could delete all the materials. So these are the side. Yes, I need to merge. All right. Yeah, so the problem was the mirror. Okay, let's copy this name. Then for the modifiers, let's just paste it here. There we go. Save. Then we go back to the... Yeah, so here I would draw perhaps the body, the head of Aisha on top of here, and I make a new layer with hair just for, yeah, so that's the reason I end up with a lot of layers, because it's very easy with pencil to, it's not like drawing normally. You have those vector stuff, eventually it's very easy to mess up with the, it's a different workflow. Okay, so now for the side, I can hide this. Let's look at the side views and let's see what we can get. This I hide for now. This is safer, easier to not get any mistakes. So here we had some change there, and this is very important. So it was indeed the whole face retakes for the 3D adaptation. So let's get first thing I get here, unlock this. Let's make sure I can, yeah, let's delete this. Then I go back here, I select this, Control C, then go lock unlock, can hide this, tab, Control V, and now I can delete, unlock and delete, and here we are. So now it has got a lot more cleanup. Let's make a double view here so I know what's going on. So a front view and a side view. I'm not trying to match their size here, I'm just trying to have vision of the whole thing. And now let's get this guide. So you're seeing all layers, and now we are gonna address this. Okay, so this is a strokes that I did for these hands. Can I change the material? It's like the material is applied, even it's very confusing. So I think this must be solved on the on maybe in this mode. No, not vertex drawing, but draw mode of grease pencil, or maybe even edit mode. The reason I'm not touching this, no, actually, let's change here this name. Also change Aisha. Just so that I know it's different. Okay. Okay, front, unlock. Right, so if I won't touch them because the position of the mesh is correct in this. So this is a good reference. If I try to fix this for the drawing, it's just that maybe the arm, there are some different positions there or whatever. It's not something that I should solve here in any kind. I think there's a top hand somewhere. Yes, but this is not my problem now. I don't have a top model sheet except for that hand. I did especially for remodeling the hand. Alright, so here apparently, so this hand has got a different mesh material. Can I know the material that is in use? It's not like mesh, I think, that we click on points or faces and we get a material selected. Yeah, no, so maybe I need to get something like I get this selection, then maybe I try to assign some here, assign, okay. So maybe we'll try to assign this. It seems to have worked. It's not that I like this material, it's too dark here. Maybe I have to highlight it in some way. Doesn't matter, it's not the problem right now. Okay, let's go back to the side views here. Okay, so this head material indeed is a bit too dark. If I try to, for example, let's try this and this. Actually, unlock. Let's try to assign these materials to. I thought that, yeah, this was quite highlighted, but it's a bit bad to look at. Let's try that then. This is a little better. Let's try this material. I see no change. Then what about this one? Assign. Yeah, this is better than the previously. Now let's go back to the selection. There, material 2, material 001. This one is okay. Guides. No, it's just that when you get this material, then it is not as good apparently. So let's get this material. It's a bit too bright. I like this one, so let's get this one and let's try to get all these mesh as yes, this seems to be accurate. So we'll call these strokes and I'm going to move this up. This head apparently is doing. So it was a question of assigning stuff. Okay, gonna delete this one. I think okay, I'm gonna save this one. Why can't I? Yeah, I deleted. I hope now I'm not destroying the guides. So the guides will, yeah, we'll have a check here. A lot of work was spent here, so well, I have a backup of the guides, so what I need to do is just keep deleting. Yeah, delete this one, delete this one, nothing is changing, delete this one, delete this one, delete guides, and that will probably destroy the. No, sort of. Yeah, it made that the guides now had. Yeah, so now the guides are. Okay, so I've made this circle part of the guide just because, and yeah, this was on purpose, did long time ago. So here now, what we see is that, yeah, these strong lines are not guides, they are the Aisha side, and this is the Aisha front, it's not guide stuff. Okay, so these are the lines for the guides, that's okay. So yes, front guides and side guides, we keep them separated, it's safer, yeah, safer. And they're locked, so now I can start working. I'm going to save a backup here because this is very, or maybe should I, maybe I should duplicate this one, and let's call it backup. And hide and whatever. Alright, let's continue. Let's make visible this thing. So all this preparation for some reusability. Let's see here. Let's lock. I'll start with the front view of the model sheet, right? I really don't need to see the side there. Yeah, so if I can have this, I'm not gonna work on that, but if I can get this one lower opacity, that will be the way to go. Yes, and same for front guide. Yeah, I had to draw these guides manually, holding shift or control, I don't remember, it was very annoying in Blender. We can import it from a file if we have the proper counting of square, but anything is really annoying to do. Blender just doesn't give us like the grid, it's all same color, right? So it's not like we don't have those. The main idea of these guides is that they have special functions there. So okay, now I have a problem because this is not alright, let's get this to, I'll bring this to the grease pencil collection. This is in front, hold on folks. Yeah, I have a little space here for this jet, so let's place this here, sorry. I'll have to be editing the grease pencil, yes. Also let's protect this from all the transforms. I will be building on a Aisha head front, yeah. And for that, this is an empty layer. So despite the fact they are locked, yeah, I need to okay, they are all visible, we don't need that, so we don't need the sides. We may not need the front, but let's leave like that. Yeah, I want this circle. And just this drawing here, I want to get it somewhere I can visualize this properly. I have the drawing in front of me, but I'll try to use from here. Yeah, so it's the face, right? It's very bad scanning from a smartphone, but should be enough to... Now I need to see the background. Let's do something fancy then. I got a Shift D and yeah, it's never good enough. Maybe, yeah, maybe if it is very small, then that could be the way to do. Yeah, sorry folks, you just cannot get this thing appropriate. It's just computer stuff, right? Computer limitations. Compared to reality, the real world, when we get things certain things are much better. Okay, so here, like, it's better to eat in the real world than than in the computer world, for example. So here, yes, I need to start drawing. So let's see which material I'll start using here. I'm using... Will I use this stroke? No, this is not grease pencil. This is strange because... Yeah, okay, so maybe I can start drawing with a different material here. No, let's use the same here. It just will be on another layer. Here, this one. So I need the Control Tab draw mode, save, and let's see. Yes, so that was what I was looking for. Exactly. So this is a pencil organic special brush that I've made. I'll try to show what I did here. It is a duplicate of the pencil or the pencil soft. I think the pencil or the pencil soft, I don't know, but then what it does, yeah, I have this caps type flat string, yeah, not a total string, although this we can vary. Then we have this pressure for both string and radius. So you have some... I'm using, of course, a graphic palette. In this case, it's a Wacom tablet, some sort of Intuos 4, I think it's, or Intuos 3. It's not very modern one, but it's a good one. At least it's a bit larger than a A4 page, so that, but much smaller than a A3 page. Sheet of paper. Then advanced. So we have here some input samples that if I remember well, this value is maxed out. It's important. Some active smooth. Hardness, very high hardness, not 100 but close to, so 0.93, that is okay. Stroke, then post-processing here, don't remember, just if something like that. We don't need those randomized, but it can... And stabilize stroke, it's good, but to enable stabilize, I think it's the hold shift. Yeah, hold shift will enable disable, right? So if I have here stabilized, holding shift, I don't have anymore. So this is the trick here. And then stabilize yeah, depend on the utility that we want for stabilization. There's different uses for that. So 40, something lower for me, I draw fast, and factor, this is a very high stabilizer, so this is probably for some specific, yeah, because for the matter of model sheet, sometimes we want to have some special curves. Then cursor, display cursor, show color, this I don't remember, and this is just some stuff. I think there are some other characteristics. Okay, I'm using lights, but depending, so this is a new layer, regular I think here. The rest is not relevant for now. Yes, probably it is open. Maybe I was playing with that. Anyways, there is stuff here. So to create a new one, it's here, right? So you can all the settings with that, and after save. This is saved only to the file, but then we can save this as an asset maybe. Can we? After the I think this cannot be saved as an asset, unfortunately, or at least not yet. Maybe I'm wrong, yeah, but it doesn't seem so. Then I have brush settings, yes. Okay, color, then use the material color, yeah, or color attribute. This you can independently of the material, and this is dependent on the material. So because here it's just the face that I'm gonna remake here for Aisha, so the hair will be, yeah, the face, it's all be the same color here, the material color, and the custom color attribute doesn't matter. This will change the color of all the, I don't even know why it is like that. It doesn't look that color. Anyways, there are some other settings here. Yeah, so here maybe there's something of interest. Dot stroke. This is the, I don't know what setting is that. Strain. Yeah, this is strain. This is caps type. Okay, I haven't changed that. Advanced, then we know that already. Stroke, post-processing. Yeah, so this we've been through already. And there is, well, I was certain there was something else there to care about for response. So anyways, this is not to be a tutorial. Let's start. Just trying to show what I was using here. Because it's very hard actually to find good materials in Blender to draw already in any software, right? So I don't need to redraw the head, do I? No, it's essentially, yeah, no, I need, because I'm going to, I need that because, okay, let's do something here. Shift D, mirror, except that we're going to choose Aisha front head. Alright. Mirror front. Mirror front head. Maybe this we delete later. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, we are still on the, so you see the effect of the mirror is not instantaneous, but I'll try to fix a line here that I did wrong on the other. So here is my biggest question for Aisha. Is her muzzle equal? So I believe so she has a major character design difference which is that her eyes are very different. Yeah, so she doesn't have, in a front view, I'm even scared to know if that her eye will ever match here in a front view. We'll try. So very elongated and stylized eyelashes here. Her ears are also more angular. Her nose is very, it's like a dot. Maybe it won't go higher than, so yeah, so I'm doing this, her mouth, yeah, so I've made some shifting there because I believe that would make sense. So it's like making differences to the slight difference to the model, so some stuff that will be rendered less awkward in the end. It's good to have variation, of course, in a setup of, in a production of high reusability. I wish mine was something like that, but I think I'm just too perfectionist at this level, at this stage, so I really don't think I can just reuse the, I value quality more, right? So at this stage, maybe later I'll be able to make up my mind. I'm sort of already making up my mind, but very slowly. Erase, I think if I press, no, this was on Krita, how to erase. Okay, so maybe shift bar 3. Then space bar shift. So I never tried to make a model sheet of this character. So I don't know if this will work. Maybe I'll probably find out some mysteries about. So you see the difference there for the forehead. This is a serious problem to consider. That maybe her head. Yeah. So what can I do about this, right? So. But at least I would like the circle of the head, the skull, to be the same proportion. Yeah, so because she's not a kid, or yeah, so at least that circle should be, maybe it could be a little smaller, that's true. But no, I intend to have it for all the characters. I think, yeah, for all the characters, usually that circle is the same. Then we can, as usually many cartoon designers they do, they just change this shape, and this is exactly what I'm doing. So maybe if I push this thing, but the problem is the more I push this chin up, the muzzle up, the more likely Aisha will have to become shorter than Dorothy, and that might end up being bizarre. So I don't think, not bizarre, it might be, she might be shorter than Dorothy actually, but it's to be so little that and it shouldn't be because of Yeah, so maybe here what I really need to do is to try to push this eye up, because I've pushed that up. I already am pushing this eyes up. Let's try to get some, yeah, I think here is edit, right? So I'm gonna lasso tool that. No, is there a lasso tool? Here, so I think this is W, this thing. Yeah. Okay, let's try to, yeah, the problem is that there are some pieces of the head there. Let's ignore. Let's move this up something, but it cannot be too high also, because then, yeah, so that compensates. So maybe it's this indeed. I need to have the I have to insist on the chin going blur, not blur, but erase. I was on texture, something like that, yeah. Okay, let's delete that. Let's go back to the soundtrack here, folks. Alright, now I will spare you from this sound. Let's put in the shuffle. Going back here. Okay, let's redo this one here. I'll try to push this point up, so I'll maintain more or less the same distance in the side, right? Is there any reference that I can use for that? I'm getting a confusion between what is the guides from Blender and what is the... Okay, I see this square here, then another square here. Yeah, so this sort of middle of this one square of... But it doesn't really matter that much. It's what it feels good looking, and I think then we try to match, right? So that part won't change really. So here we see that this seems to have produced some interesting effect. Maybe I should raise the nose. Hold on, maybe I can raise the eyes a little more. Indeed. So I try to match the eyebrows sort of, yeah, somewhere like here. Yeah, so they don't need to match exactly, but just an approximation that will make it look much better. So here, her nose, let's try to get her nose the pupil will have more or less the same size, so whatever looks good. Save the mouth. It was from about 2 up, so here should be the position usually of the mouth. It's not about being happy or unhappy, it's just that this is too rounded here. This thing maybe can got a problem in this corner. Actually, the eye okay, the head, let's try to follow this line there. And let's redo this one. Yeah, so here you see on the drawings, this can move sort of down like that. This has a strong motion, like goes in this orientation. It doesn't need to go that up also. Yes, it actually has a curve. Now the eyebrows also don't need to not totally satisfying, but that's model shit. It's always impossible. This part is still not good from the frontal view. Okay, then looks for the ears will be there. Yeah, these lines will be sort in the front. Let's try to not. I might have to change the direction of that, but for now this is a detail because it's more for communication, but the front view orthogonal is like the should not be what will be appearing in any. Okay, so I'm calculating this with my fingers here. Okay, here. Just yeah, so I'm worried about the results of that for the body proportions. We'll have to try out, but now before I there's some more things to do here. I see that the eyes now here the nose is close to the eyes. He's a bit here. She looks better, so it's somewhere like this indeed. Let's go for the hair now. Aisha front hair. Lock this one. Would be nice to have a different material here, or just use a custom color right here. So this one doesn't have symmetrize. That's fine. Okay, so here I haven't decided exactly what is the design of that. Doesn't matter right now, but there might be something like this sort of crystal. Then the place where the hair grows in the center, and so this looks strange, right? So yeah, so there's this tendency of flowing this way, but then for the other side they start to have slightly different motion. The height of this, maybe I made a bit taller according to the requirements. So this half moon or whatever, how do you call that in English? This I've just started to decide recently, today actually. Before she had something like this, which was not super. Yeah, I think it was this. After I started to pick this different flow there, it started to think that would be more interesting. And so also here she starts to have these curves there. So this is like the mimicking of what's going. So here I'm not sure if she should have this, but let's leave just some reference. And now there's also here, I'm not certain how I'm going to handle that, but in principle what we got is all this, disconnected there by a, yeah, the scalp is the hair there has, it is how do you call it, there's circlets or something there, that which design I haven't fixed yet. some sort of crownish flowering stuff that doesn't really matter now, but should be interesting enough. Then let's save here, and here this flowing, maybe a little more here. And here also there's something I'm missing from, oh, here, of course. So you see that these ones, maybe they all start to have this sort of wavy. Alright, and then finally, okay, from the front view, this, I don't know how it will be looking, but there should be some sort of so it's a ponytail, as you can see, a long one. And eventually not these lines won't be symmetric. I need to find some shape that will make this work. I don't need to solve this now, we'll see in the 3D how that will end up being. If from the front view it should be a shape like that, yeah, it appears that it could be something like that indeed. And so you're just making sure that we don't confuse. Alright, so my problem now is that if that head gonna favor exactly those proportions, so maybe I'll have to get like all the body shrink from the top of the head, right? Until we got, yeah, so that would be like a rescale in all directions. So now the problem would be the side views, right? All again, but for the side view and having to match this this is probably this. Okay, let's compare. I'm having the image selected. I don't want to zoom in and out, that will ruin my setup here. Let's get the, yes, I'm going to save here. Need the grease pencil, materials, no, strokes, so here will be side, alright. I think are not matching exactly. I would promptly go into a mistake here. These guides are more conflicting with than helping. Okay, this is, maybe it's perfect. Side view. Yeah, why not? Front. Okay, save here again. Now let's try to replicate. No. Yeah, so this start to disrupt the, let's load just because of this. Alright, so you see the chin is matching here, that's good. Now, what is this? Let's create the Aisha front head. Yeah, side head. Delete it and put that right here. Everything else is locked, so I can only edit that. Control Shift 8, draw mode. For material here, this is not here, so this is material. Let's reduce the string a little. Yeah, that should be fine. The tip of the nose seems to be exactly here, so it's hiding up. It will be here. And the rest of the head could be mostly the same. The chin is somewhere here, after the middle. Maybe it's back. Have to figure out. The mouth starts somewhere here. And this is about here. bit of problem with the positioning of the mouth and the chin and everything from this. This is more or less starting here. I've lost the reference. I'm looking here. I think that is the correct one. Yeah, if not correct, it's approximation. Let's do some control numpad 6. I want to see the eye, this configuration here. So this part here starts to and this is exactly there, right? This corner somewhere like here, yes, more or less like here. More or less, this more or less is always dangerous, right, folks? But we can hold our ground even with some imperfections. Of course, if you can solve any doubt at this stage or before, like having a perfect model sheet and just bring it from another software, from paper scan, then that will be ideal. I found out myself that I just cannot get something good enough. If I had a scanner, that would be much better. At some point I had those millimetric squared pages, large pages for some geometric work. I don't know, I had a collection of them and now my block has ended or I give it away. That was super helpful for those kind of studies in paper, on paper. But I had a good, no, not a decent, an old scanner at that point, so now that wouldn't be very useful. I will have to bring it to a scanning service. Yes. Try to track the middle. something is not working. We'll try to address, oh, of course, there's still the neck here. So it's like all this will be, it's like the tendency that the neck will push the body up, like, so it's like imagine these lines of the neck just moving up, not moving forward or backward, just moving up. So it's a bit difficult if you don't have experience with that kind of work of repositioning lines or masses, right? In 2D traditional animation we do this all the time. The problem with 2D traditional animation is starting to look these lines as masses, as volumes. This is the hardest thing to do because we are so used in drawing to use lines, right? But in animation we need to imagine the volumes moving, so it's like the mass of the neck, like a flat shape, right? Patch, so it's the whole patch moving up, so the lines are just secondary. And of course the in-between work, for example, even keyframe, but usually we try to track the lines. It's not the lines, it's the mass, it's the volume. So here I was looking at the lines, but I was concentrating on the volume of the neck, and then like, oh, let me replace this volume somewhere here, and then okay, it should be, of course I was looking at the lines as well, but if I was just looking at the lines and not trying to understand the shape, the volumes, I would be completely confused eventually. And this will create something strange because the skull now is supposed to be flattened up, but it could be that this, we could consider this is not exactly the skull. This is more like, this could be more like flesh, right? The jaw, right? So part of the jaw maybe. Yeah, not exactly, but you get the idea. So there's some flesh here, so yeah, so this part we won't retouch too much. So what matters really was the neck. And here I assume that perhaps the somewhere like here should be the gain. So she'll be a little shorter, so that's what makes the, it will be bizarre, I think, to have a character with a, maybe it works, I don't know, but I suspect it won't be a good idea. So right now let's continue with this. There's still the ears to solve. This is a bit hard, it is hidden, so I think maybe this, and I need to match somewhere like here. Maybe it goes a bit further, yes, than here. Let's see, the lower part of the ear finds middle here actually. Don't forget to lock here, otherwise we'll be erasing. That will be critical mistake. Be erasing past the front, which is exactly here. And in this line is where the ear starts. So something like that. She has more pointy ears than her sister. And here it's difficult to track, but I think would be here, maybe here, yeah. We'll have to find out what feels better later on. Not really satisfied with side view though. Let's make the tests here. No, that's fine, that's fine. It's working, sort of. Ah, maybe we can see, try to... Alright. What I was willing to do here, something about the, oh yeah, this line. So front I proposed here, half this one, yeah, half this one. Aisha front, no, hold on. Aisha front head. So I've proposed about here, yeah, middle. So it's like all this moving up, or even maybe here, and yeah, one of the two, or in between, doesn't matter. So this will be something to be looking for when I check the model. Now I'm not sure this line is good, so just try to get it straighter. I'll decide what to do with that later. So right now she could have a, oops, I'm using the wrong, okay, I was drawing the wrong line, wrong layer. What to do next? Here, so same thing. Aisha side here, so it's, oops, there, lock everything else. Let's just give what matters here. looking at this is not absolutely... Wait, what's happening to... Okay, side here, it's unlocked. We are visualizing this, so for some reason... Okay, now it's decided to work. No, my... Oh, it's not control, it's just... Alright. I'll match like that. Yeah, then it got disrupted. There should be an automatic matcher of scale, right? Alright, let's use this. And for here also let's get this, augment this this one, right? This reference, Shift D, that's fine. Lock, there we go. Now we'll start again to color attributes. So here I get I'll augment the string, augment the... I'll try to get something to get in the flow here. The hair is more... Can get more creative about it, so it's very hard to make precise hairs, too much flow stuff, right? But also for modeling, right, it's not the same, in my opinion, doesn't require the same precision, unless you want to be perfectionist about hair, or have good skills for that, or patience. I find just that, for me at least, it's not that important. I can... Modeling then the hair, I get more creative by than on the adaptation, right? But if we can get some understanding of the 3D shapes of the hair already, a good that can help a lot too. So like this stays in front and the other, but the other... Maybe it should go forward. Yeah, something like that. And yeah, it won't show this crystal really would be somewhere like here, I think. Just the big one matters. Then here, this other one, I think it would be... Of course, they start to... Here we'll start to get some, how do you call it, foreshortening, so it's sort of tough to represent this in 3D, but that also would work. Maybe it will be more contracted than what I'm doing, all of this. So this is challenging, but doesn't matter. Here, I'm not sure how this will be, but the curvature would be in this direction nonetheless. And then as for her, okay, her, how do you call that, here we'll be able to visualize. Maybe there's another like this, but so I'm not specialist about this hair stuff, but I think that should be enough for the stylization. I've seen some tutorials that and some ideas, and okay, so here let's try this shape. I haven't solved, so it doesn't matter, so it's just something like that. And yeah, so maybe this important thing is there's a line here, curved thing, and that will be where her hair will be pushed, right? The, how do you call it, and then the opposite side is a bit tricky because we don't, here we won't be able to see it very well, but it will be as if those were, yeah, maybe there's still some here that will appear, I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe it won't appear at all. Yeah, maybe just one or two strands here. And now this is the one important part. Maybe I have gone too far here. Yes, too far indeed. So this stuff is actually more concentrated here. I'm trying to just follow the skull here, so maybe this is sufficient, and this is some other hair strands are behind. The positioning of this I can always remake to what looks better in 3D, so this I'm not really try to make this simpler here, somewhere like here. Then from here, all right, now that's gonna match, try to match the model sheet in some way. First, the basic shape. Here, let's just actually select all these and opacity with Alt, not working. I must enable opacity. Good. All right. So not this one. This one. All right. Control 8. Let's resume. So here, yes, there is, and these bricks. Goes so far. I have, because I haven't drawn this character many times, she's an iteration of an iteration, so I slowly try to figure out, try to differentiate her more and more. So eventually I've made her skin also different, a darker tone, thinner, yeah, like maybe those Hindu even, or Arab, Persian depends, yeah, but you got the idea. Actually, there are some characters that may remember her, if you got the idea, but it's not my fault they copied my own style, or it was just bad luck for Dorothy in any case. And then, okay, then here what happens is that I have because I don't see the body now. Yeah, let's see, side, that will help. So in principle, the waist about here, so it crosses the waist. There are some cartoon designers which are very good for doing those crazy shapes. I probably got inspired by them, but I just cannot do enough. I need to practice those crazy fancy designs. This more volume here, as you see. I could even start, maybe there's some wavy here that people, yeah, it doesn't like twisting. I've seen recently some, I'm not sure, so there's a lot of space to play with that. I don't like the shape here from the side view. That doesn't matter, the idea is more or less this, and yeah, it seems to be too far. Let's try once more. It's just already difficult to draw that manually in the computer when does this setup. So it's about this angular stuff, right? There are some things that work and really well. Even though they look weird, they may look weird. If we stop to analyze that, they might make not much sense. But when we see the as a whole, wow, that's interesting. Like they seem uncoordinated, like see, but then this is the creativity of the design, of designing those stuff. That is true creativity in design for me, which is kind of thing I'm not really good at or I don't practice enough. My interests usually are oriented to other stuff, maybe sketching the same character designs over and over again, sketching poses basically. Yeah, that's why I'm an animator. I love drawing poses, getting the feeling of the, yeah, so that if I have one character design that I like, then that's enough. I just want to pose that character in whichever pose possible. What is that? Well, this is just this massive thing. That is not a problem if we just hide this side stuff, right? Yeah, there we go. But it could be a problem if we want to see all simultaneously. It could be boring. So boring. No, it should be annoying to set up, right? But here, I think this is completed. So I'm not gonna do the model sheet readaptation here for the body, although I could, right? I could just select, like, for example, in this case, that would be selecting these two. We can, but then just unlock Aisha side, Aisha front. Going to the edition, I could delete the faces, right? But let's ignore deleting the face. I'm just gonna catch here this part, which I already catch that. Then maybe set a, okay, set here, then the cursor, then let's move it like tool 3D cursor, then it will be like just moving location Z somewhere like here, and then scale. I have a shortcut for that. The shortcut I've made is girless. Is that key near the next to the Z to the left. Then I just rescale, you see. So, but I'll do this after I conclude that the face works with the body, which probably not, right? So I'll try to do that about the, or there's a, no, this is strange, right? If I just squash the body, no, I don't like this. So probably this, and it could be very slightly, right? Just enough so that we have, for example, a half square, or that will be too much, right? So this can be strange, right? In any case, this is dangerous. So I'm not gonna attempt this now. We need to see how it will look in the... So right now I can probably get these ones to... Yeah, let's hide these ones. Also I can delete, so let's call it Aisha drawing, Aisha ref. So in case you have missed, there she is. Drawings that I've made today. Dorothy's sister. She has a brush there, right? At her hand she has a magic ring, maybe a magic lamp. No, so this is space. She has an atelier where she creates stuff, design stuff, right? And paint, of course. So here we will try to go for the this was a backup just in case, and here let's lock this for sure. And I want to, yeah, actually let's get the, hold on, the backup, it doesn't matter. I want to get the hair, especially the side hair, on lower opacity, so that helps. And if we look at here, that is okay, right? So it really helps to get plenty of layers, right folks? Have those beautiful, well worked model sheets, right, directly on grease pencil. Guides, I didn't even use the guides. These guides was when I was really trying to track this the shapes. I could use a especially to track those shapes on the face. I'm not doing that with much precision now because I have more than 20 characters to make, so this is like the second. Although I have attempted to model sheet a few others, to draw, to model a few others, even one that resembles Aisha, which resembles Dorothy also. But you see, maybe this body type will match her actually. But what I cannot do is replace her, push down her head to the neck. Instead, I would push the body, and if necessary, cut some inches of the neck, some centimeters of the neck, because I want all the characters to be, because of the counting proportions, the feet are not my reference for calculating height. Height is the top of the head because of the circle of the head. So this is something that intriguing. Who think about this much, right? But it makes sense for modeling, I think. So that's if I started from the why the heads must match the right? No, it doesn't. It's stupid. It's stupid for organic, the real shapes that we want. This is not maths, right? It's geometry. Yeah, it's maths in an artistic way. So we create the proportions and we calculate them in even using whichever geometry we have access to, and these grids help, but we should not be using the grids to like force the design into what the grids would be ideal, although that can work sometimes to simplification. That's smart, but at the same time, if that corrupts the character design, that I don't think this is good enough if we want really real quality. So let's go back to the 3D shapes now, the models. Enough of grease pencil. We got what we want, and I have here Dorothy's body, but she's still Dorothy's face, Dorothy's clothes, whichever thing. So I'm going to delete the clothes because no clothes here will be reusable. Aisha doesn't wear anything like that. Yeah, all the clothes are very different. There's nothing that I think can be useful here, so just let's see here. Yeah, the belt, everything is, there might be some material, something, but no, we just, so it's just easier to, I think, delete the whole collection. Delete hierarchy, there we go. So now, okay, now she's naked, but we can have something here. Let's try to get some special material here, maybe select all that by normals, then we get this, maybe material, This cloth has texture. Okay, so skin tight cloth, that's fine. But the body proportions will be different. There are some difference, but we can start with that base. My goal, so what I intend to do would be actually to work on the face, right? Solve these variations, everything, right? Because I focus on there, not the body. And then for the body, yeah, model the hair also. I won't delete the hair because I want to reuse some of the hair strands and everything. Reuse at least one, or maybe the scalp. Yeah, I was looking for that word, the scalp. And there is a chance that in the end, a small chance, that I can maybe try to readapt the face to the, like, to make Aisha look more like Dorothy, the face, right? So that any rebuilding of the body wouldn't be so much necessary. So the problem here is that I don't want to be touching of the body because I will retake Dorothy still on this week, I think. There's still more stuff to do, and then at some point I should be working on the, yeah, there might be some difference in the breasts, and as already mentioned, on the whole body, actually, the generic proportion. So why am I able to edit that? No, I don't want to be. Alright folks, so for now that was this model sheet building. That was a lot of work here. So for me today, I'm done with that. Tomorrow I will start reshaping, right, this face. So the face indeed can be a separated mesh. So my plan maybe would be to, yeah, I'll keep these different model sheets for Aisha. Then I'll try to combine the head, whichever I do here, with the head. Same for the cloths, right? The cloths, I can try to model the cloths on top of these body shapes and see what we get. This might be stupid because then if I change the body, then the cloth, then rigging cloths, all that, the cloths will have to make change. That will be problematic. Ideally, so I need to find, yeah, fix the head, then assess what's going on here. Then if I can maybe readjust the head, that will make change to the back and that will cause retroactive change to the model sheet of the head, which I can retake if I sense that the face in 3D is strange, it's too small, or the chin, the chin doesn't require to, she's looking better this way than like the way that yeah, you got the idea. So we can reassess the style from the 3D version already, and compare with, if I match the model sheet here, maybe this won't be good in the end. So I need to test this output of model sheet, grease pencil, and then my plan will be to decide finally how Aisha will look in 3D. So there are many stages, important stages before I'm sure that even this model sheet is what I really need for for the 3D style adaptation. Then if I realize that maybe I have to push this not exactly on the line but in between where it is, this is why I need some sort of backup, like a double mesh here. So let's do this. I need a Dorothy body and Aisha body. So this, hold on, yeah, so this will be Aisha body, and I'm going to hide the other Dorothy. So I start to work on that. I have another scene, I have another file where I'm just working on that, but so this is the original scene, just in case it's better than appending, whatever. The file will be bigger, but whatever. I won't save many versions here because of that, and so then I can, whichever change here, I can then compare with the original Dorothy or Dorothy template if you want. And finally, when I secure something that might be appealing, whether I have to change the body proportions or not to the face of Aisha, then I will be able to, let's say, apply the changes, and then I can really start to model the clothes. Actually, yeah, that's why I don't even bother drawing the model sheet of the clothes front and side, because I don't know yet about the body, right? So I want to make her face look like more like her, and her eyes are indeed more sharp looking. They are more closed, and that suggests for me that unless she has a lot of space on the forehead, because on the muzzle probably she would be, or exactly the same space, or lesser, like more squished, right? Squished jaw, right? So that's why this can cause severe change to, it could even cause change to the size of the circle of the head, but that is something that I want to avoid. That would be like the last thing I would like to do. So if I can avoid this, I will. But if that circle can be reduced, yeah, the problem of reducing that circle, it will be reduced minimally, right? But then I will lose these reference. I'll have to have a squares adapted just for, I don't have a plan for this. I'll have a square adapted just for, right? The grid would have to be adapted just for that, I guess that will be, and that can, I don't really know, those grids is strange. Yeah, I think that would work, yeah, but I don't want to do that. So another reason is that I believe that in the universe, because these cars have usually some sort of big heads, cartoon stuff, where they anime based stuff and stuff like that, so they don't need to have a lot of maintaining the circle of the head on the same size, unless there are some really even if the character is larger. Well, they are all adults in the universe, right? There are some who might be younger, and so or look or are much smaller than these ones would have those circle smaller. But for tiny difference, like a height like here, or yeah, because sometimes the character is taller or shorter, not because of the head is bigger or smaller, that can happen, is because of the something sometimes, at least in real life I'm not sure, but the length of the legs, the length of the torso, the spine, all that stuff, right? So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. I hope that was good inspiration and good techniques for some 3D style adaptation. um, Tomorrow I'll be back and we're gonna chase this challenge of the head model. Sorry for talking too much, but that was I'm explaining my strategy here. This is very challenging. It's actually one of the most challenge uh, that I've had for a very long time. So take care, folks. Happy blending. See you tomorrow or any other day. See ya, folks.